You ever have those weird thoughts when you were a kid and like going to sleep and you would look at the foot of your bed and you're just waiting for the second the alien head is going to start slowly coming up at the foot of your bed?
I would actually...
Like something under my bed.
Yeah, I would...
That's where they are.
I would have to go to sleep, like, I would have to pull the covers up, like, halfway up my head, like, above my ear, because I was afraid that something was going to, like, come up to me, and, like in that area. Like, I felt safe if I did that.
Like,
but I was afraid something was going to come and, like, try and, like, get at my neck or, in my ear.
If I go in my basement now and turn all the lights off and just stand there... I won't be able to handle it. You know, your mind just starts racing. And you'll be like, okay.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's your mind starts playing tricks on you.
Something's going to pop out.
You ever see the movie
And then
Communion?
No.
No.
There's a scene in there that...
Pictures of Christopher Walken are coming up. Please tell me he's in it.
I might have seen it.
Well, there's a scene in there. He was abducted. And
Not with Christopher Walken.
And there's a scene in the house where, like, this happens around a corner of a door.
Oh, shit.
Is that real? Footage?
No,
it's a movie. It's a movie.
But imagine you're walking around your house, it's dark, and you see that.
I don't see.
And that's how it's slowly going like this.
It's half of a typical like gray alien.
It's that face, but coming from the door frame as he's sleeping.
I don't think that's scary. I think that's stupid.
That's not scary.
Well, let me tell you.
I don't think it's scary.
As a kid, that would have freaked the shit out of me.
It doesn't look real. That's why.
I could not. I remember as a kid, I saw a preview, like a commercial for Close Encounter, not for Close Encounters. For,
Fire in the Sky.
No, for Unsolved Mysteries. And they were doing, it was like a thing for an alien autopsy. And I, as a kid, especially in grade school, I had no constitution for like violence or gore or anything remotely frightening. And I had like nightmares about that commercial. Jurassic Park, I saw Jurassic in the 3rd grade. I was with my father. We were visiting a friend of his. This guy's wife and daughter, who was in high school at the time, come home with a videotape of Jurassic Park. Okay, and
you didn't even see it in theaters?
No, I didn't see it in theaters.
Oh,
If I saw this in theaters, I would have pissed in my pants.
Really?
With fright.
That was like
seriously, I was.
Movie in the universe.
I know. 2 years later, I was obsessed with that movie. I watched it constantly. But at this moment, when I was at that age, I'm watching, and they're like, "Oh, Dexter, come watch with us. It's okay." I'm watching. We made it. We ended up leaving right in the middle of the T-Rex attack. Well, when the kids are under the glass screaming.
So you had no closure on that scene.
That's why. Then I got a horrible migraine on the way home, and that night was filled with nightmares.
Oh my god.
It was horrifying. And then I could not. It took me 2 years to get over that, and I was with a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, at their house, and I probably might watch the movie there.
Yeah, because Jurassic Park.
And then I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I watched
Jurassic
it
Park
50 times after that.
That scene where when the T-Rex first comes out and the power's out and stuff.
I remember sitting there and the goat leg hits the window, and I was just, my mouth was open, and I was like, oh, I was just speechless.
And that scene holds up so well, as long as you can forget the fact that for some reason 10 minutes later there's a cliff, and then Alan Grant and the girl are kind of rappelling down.
Oh, right, you're right.
Because then how did the T-Rex walk out?
That's true. That's true.
But that's a minor
continuity
mistake. But it was so good.
I love that movie so much.
It's great.
I was freaked the fuck out.
Okay.
Freaked out.
Yeah, for me, when I was younger, it was Fire in the Sky. That's the movie that really screwed me up. And
is it Drew Barrymore is in that as a kid?
That's E.T. E.T.
No, I'm thinking of...
E.T. freaked me out.
E.T. did freak me out.
E.T. freaked me out. E.T. scared the shit out of me. Yeah. Yes, I was horrified. Yeah. I'm watching this movie. I'm glued to the fucking TV. I remember the first... Again, I didn't see this. This is another one I didn't see in theaters. But I remember very distinctly, my parents were having the carpets cleaned.
Do you remember how the VHS tape, the top part was a weird green color?
No, I don't remember.
That's why I always knew to avoid it, because I was that's
I'm not watching that fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the VHS. And
I
remember
get me.
The Emblem Entertainment symbol. I was very visually obsessed with stuff, so I would see that and it was instantly, oh my god, that's a scary movie. Anything with Emblem Entertainment scared me.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Stephen King weaves nightmares. Stephen Spielberg. I'm fucking drunk.
Steven Spielberg,
weaver of nightmares. No, but I remember distinctly my parents were having the carpets cleaned, and the furniture was all like wacky and like and not where it normally was. So I was like, you know, playing games like my brothers were. I was like running around like because the couches were positioned differently, so we were like playing different games and everything. And E.T. was on in the background, and I'm like half watching it, and then I got to the part where E.T. like kind of runs off, and they find him. They find him by the river, by like this creek. And he's all stretched out and like white and crusty. And then I was just like stopped. I was watching. I was horrified.
Yeah,
I was terrified.
The part that scared me was when Elliot. No, Elliot first finds E.T. in the high grass, and he just shines a flash in E.T.'s face, and E.T. just goes. Because.
Yeah, I mean, so many people are like, "Oh, E.T. Oh, yeah, it brings me back to my childhood." I fucking hated that movie when I was a kid.
Steven Spielberg makes scary movies. Like, in all interviews and stuff, like, the one thing he always talks about is, like, stuff that scares him.
Look, there's a lot of scary stuff in Indiana Jones. I mean, if you're a kid, there's, like, you know... Not like, I mean, the whole thing is like very kind of spooky stuff anyway. Yeah. That kind of like religious stuff that they deal with.
Crystal skulls and such.
Fuck that shit. But, you know, like, especially in the first one with like, you know, when they're in that temple in the rainforest or whatever, and like the guy, Alfred Molina's character, you know, getting killed, all the traps and everything, like there's danger at every turn. It's suspenseful and scary.
All right, so we covered Bigfoot.
Ghost stuff.
When I'm Bigfoot.
Oh, all right. What about what we were talking about aliens? I want to know, what would Boss do if an alien invaded his home? How would you react? Would you throw anything at it?
You gotta be specific. Am I sleeping?
Let's say you wake up. Let's say, all right, fine. Let's say you go to sleep. Okay, it's a normal evening. Okay, you know, you kind of you're tossing.
I'm well asleep.
You are far asleep. You are in a deep sleep. You fall asleep. You tried to stay up for Jeopardy, didn't make it. Okay.
We can talk about moon bases later if you want.
Okay. Well, classic conversation there. And then so just another Tuesday night. All right, so you wake up and you are not in your bedroom. Okay, you are in a what appears to be like an operating room.
Well,
okay?
Classic
like
abduction,
a sterile environment.
The classic abduction experience everyone says is first they have a feeling of paralysis on their body.
Yeah.
Then they have a feeling.
State.
Yeah, that's one of the theories. And then they have a feeling that there's a presence in the room. And the next feeling, they either see figures in the room or something like that. Then they feel like a levitation, and then usually they pass. And the next thing they realize is they're being observed and monitored and experimented on by these gray, the grays. So,
well, let's say you wake up and you're in this kind of like sterile, kind of like laboratory environment, and there are grays or some sort, like alien, like typical kind of, gray, skinny, tall alien.
And the interesting thing, there's tall ones and then there's short ones. People, they say there's a distinction, and they say there might be a different race. Like the taller ones are maybe not like parents, but the more evolved form, and the younger ones. Not younger, but these smaller ones are like the ones that carry out more menial tasks, or something like that. And the larger ones are like more the one who will communicate.
But
with
they
you.
work in concert with each other, or
something like that. I mean, if you really want to get into crazy Art Bell stuff, there are theories out there. Like some people, they say there are 16 races of aliens. These are them. These are the ones that like us. These are the ones who hate us. These are the ones that are kept at bay.
How did they get their hands on this information?
This
is what I understand. How do the aliens select these people? Because there's always people that how do the people that call Art Bell's show, okay, and they say, oh, okay, there are 16. How the hell do they get their hands on this information?
Art Bell is you could call Art Bell right now and say, hey Art, there's an alien right in front of me, and Art Bell will go,
tell me about it.
Yeah, they're like, what does he look like? You know what I mean? Like
Can we do that now?
He won't. You want to call Art Bell? He's back. He's been back recently.
Is he on?
Where was he?
He retired for a while. Now he came back. It was that George Norrie guy who I used to listen to, but then one night I think it was a Halloween show, and he was like, tonight we're going to do the big Ouija board night.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, but he didn't do it because he was afraid that people at home would do it along with it and then bring some evil into their life.
And then Biggie Smalls would come back.
And I was like,
Who
come on.
Who killed you?
So I think there was a big backlash on George Norrie, and now people are glad Art Bell's back.
Right now?
When I used to listen to him, he would come on. Like, his show would start at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. You'd have to be like driving. I remember like
truckers.
I remember like we would be in college and like driving around,
getting fast food.
Yeah, or like I would just drive around. Like I'd be bored. It was like that kind of time. Like I'm just up all night. I just drive around, smoke cigarettes, and listen to like music, and then Art Bell.
Are we done?
Like listen to some radio.
No, I thought we were just getting started.
All right.
Why? Are you done?
What's next?
Are you finished?
No, we're talking about the alien
so
abduction
what would you do? So let's say you find yourself, suddenly in this environment. How do you react?
Strapped down? Can I move?
Usually you're paralyzed or something. Like you can't.
Let's say you can move. Let's say you're not strapped down.
Well,
what's your first?
There's grays all around me.
Let's say there's 3 of them, and let's say that one of them is standing near some instruments that you don't necessarily recognize.
Like, my upper body or lower?
He's kind of like, okay, you're on a slab, okay? You're on a table. Okay. Right. There are 2 on that there are 2 on either side of you, okay? One is at the other end of the room.
So
okay?
2 by my shoulders?
Kind of like at your midsection by your waist, okay, and then one has a table, a small table that's near your legs that has some instruments that you've never seen they're like before, and they're kind of 2 of them are standing over. Another one is observing those 2, okay, and you wake up, you're not strapped down, and you do not feel paralyzed. How do you react?
Well, first I would look at their reaction to me waking up. Like, are they surprised by this? Like,
I would imagine they have complete control over how. I would even say you can't even physically move.
Well, if he's saying in his scenario,
this is just a hypothetical scenario.
Right, hypothetical.
I just want to know what he would do. Or I could say, fine, you wake up, you're in your house, okay? Oh, he keeps trying to poke holes in it.
No, I'm not poking holes. I'm just telling. I've listened to a lot of alien abduction stories. I'm just telling you what usually happens.
I just want to give a quick scenario and see how Boss would react. Let's say you're in your home, okay, and you see 2 aliens that are about to abduct you. You think, okay? You see 2 aliens that are in there, and they're going to. And what do you do?
Where am I?
You're in your room,
laying down.
To your right, your room. To your right is a vase. To your left is an X-Acto knife.
That's what I'm trying to get at it, Tim.
I know. I'm just trying to speed it along.
Tell the story.
I had to move. If I'm on the operating table and there's 3 like around me, 1 by my feet, 2 by my shoulders, I would bring my legs up and I would try to like do a little leg around the neck's move. I would like break his neck with my legs.
Break his neck.
I would just try to take out 1 quick. I wouldn't worry about the other 2, because if I could take out 1, I feel like...
Which one? The one that's near the instruments?
Whichever is on either side closer, I felt like I had a better chance of taking out.
Well, they're both right on either side of you, but one is standing near instruments.
I want to shock the aliens. I want to take 1 out quick, and they'll be like, oh, wait, this guy's dangerous.
Let's kill him.
Let's put him back. Even though we can just easily use our telepathy and shock his brain.
Lay there. I'm going to be in fight mode.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I'm glad to hear it.
Flight's not an option.
I think you gave him the wrong scenario. What you should have said is pretend it's a zombie apocalypse, except all the zombies are grays.
It's a lot of grays.
That is a lot. That's too many.
Okay, it's all, and
it's
then
too many. You can't have like 500 grays coming at them. Then they're too powerful.
And I'm really good at killing zombies.
It's only 20% of how many there would be if they were zombies. So instead of like thousands of zombies coming at, it's like maybe like 30 grays coming at you.
This isn't gonna be left yet. This is stupid. I want to talk about moon bases.
Look, just tell everyone how.
Okay.
This is stupid. Let's talk about moon bases.
Yeah, I like moon bases.
I just wanted you to tell everybody how you would throw a vase at one of the aliens, okay? Then while he catches it because he doesn't want it to break, then you would punch through it, okay? And then you would take an X-Acto knife with the other hand and start slicing up the other one.
Back in the day, he used to come to us with survival situations. One day he came to us saying if aliens invaded, he would use distraction techniques.
Completely distorted.
One of which...
Well, then you tell us.
One of the
I
distraction.
remember it, that's why I can't tell it.
Well, this is what I
This
remember.
this is what. Yeah.
One of the distraction techniques is 2 aliens bust into the room with like ray guns. He's like, and so then he's like, finally test my skills. Cracks every bone. Picks up a vase.
This is not exaggerating at all.
No, it's not.
The aliens lift their ray guns. He's like, what's going to do with that vase? He throws it, and the alien, so concerned with the vase, drops his ray gun, catches the vase, thus allowing the fist to come flying through the vase.
Whose fist?
Yours.
You didn't even say that. That's my point.
Who else is in there?
It's just you and 2 aliens. You
And
set
so-
the scenario.
And so not only is the alien shocked that he's getting punched, he's shocked that, wait a minute, he didn't care about this vase at all.
yeah, he's gonna destroy this vase.
And then, meanwhile, I was taking an art class at the time, so I had an X-Acto knife handy. He would have like grabbed the X-Acto knife and with a flick of the wrist start slicing very quickly into the other alien's face.
That's
who would just
man,
who would just stand there going, "Ah!"
right? 'Cause that alien wouldn't do anything to protect his companion. He would just stand there, still stiff as a board, while he gets sliced up by an X-Acto knife.
So that scenario was in your basement, and there must have been some kind of vase, but there's also the X-Acto knife, and that's what it was. Like, if I think the scenario was like 2 Grays walk in now. What do you do? I think that was it.
How about let's make peace?
How about just bend over and pull your pants down? Say, get it over with.
Hey, we didn't invite them in here.
Trespassers!
This is my ass.
I'm calling the
I'm in my
cops.
rights.
This is my property!
I'm tight.